Hey Hike fans, welcome to another video. This week we're doing one slightly earlier. We're still going to do our video on Friday, but yeah, this one's slightly earlier as we wanted to talk about an announcement that Google made yesterday in regards to no-follow links. It's quite a big announcement, a little bit confusing, so we thought we'd do a video.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell our audience what a no-follow link is?
Yeah, so we've had questions around it on the group as well before with regards to kind of passing rank and stuff, but essentially a no-follow link is where a link that's put onto a website contains a tag on it that essentially says to Google, do not follow this link. Realistically, in the very early days, it was, we don't endorse this link, but we'll come on to that in a bit more detail. But yeah.
Yeah, so the real no-follow was initially introduced back in 2005, mainly due to comment spam. So you've probably seen it, you might even have experienced it on your own website. SEOs love links. They'll find any way to build links. And one of the really easy ways to build links is to go onto a forum, and at the bottom where you can comment, the commenting usually allows you to add a link. So people would go, right, you know, for my plumber's website, I'll go onto this forum about IT, and at the bottom I'll put a link to plumber in London. Yeah. And that would have helped their SEO, and Google would be like, yeah, it's a link. But obviously that was spammy and that's horrible. So Google introduced the ability for webmasters to add this rel no follow, which, like Kieran said, meant that you couldn't follow that link.
Yeah, and they also obviously attribute it a bit later after they first introduced it around ads as well. So if you had advertisements on your website, there was notoriously quite a few kind of big sites that were caught selling links to pass SEO value. So not selling links in terms of, oh, I want to put a link on my website and link to Andy's site and Andy's going to pay me for that because he's going to get a load of traffic. They were only doing it from an SEO because we wanted to pass SEO value. So they introduced it for ads as well. It's exactly the same process, but they basically said, okay, if you've got any ads on your website, add a no-follow attribute to your link that's linking to these advertisements as well.
Yeah, exactly. And Google said that they would not count any link marked this way. So it passed no SEO value. Clear, easy to understand, job done. Wipe your hands, right? 14 years later, they've decided to make it a little bit more complicated. So we're in 2019. Now what they're saying is that no-follow is used as a hint. Now, this is interesting because there's been a lot of reports, a lot of studies over the last few years from people saying that no-follow links has helped their SEO. And although Google didn't come out and say, yes, it does, up until now, it looks like that maybe it has been helping. So what they're saying is that links, even if they're no-followed links, they contain valuable information, such as the words, the anchor text, the words used within the link. So we're no longer losing this by treating it as a hint. So Google basically want to have their cake and eat it too. Yeah. They want to say, use no-follow, but then we can also use it for SEO value if we want to.
Exactly. And they're still saying that from a crawling and indexing point of view, Google won't use these links at this moment in time at all. But as of March 2020, they'll then start to use these links as a hint for crawling and indexing as well as passing authority. Yeah. So what Google essentially have gone and done, instead of just having this rel equals no follow link that you can add to the links on your website, they've now got two new link attributes. Yay! So you've now got, along with rel no follow, you've now got rel sponsored, which essentially are meant to be there to group any advertising links, sponsorship, and that essentially.
Yeah, that back in 2005.
And then rel UGC, which is user-generated content, which will be things like forum spam, blog comments, that sort of stuff. And they've introduced both of these as of now. Essentially, you can start using them. One thing that is worth noting is that they have said that you don't have to go back and change. So this bit right at the bottom, you don't need to go back and change previous links. They'll still be kind of used as they are at the minute.
This is the confusing bit, basically. It seems that rel no follow before was for content spam and ads, as Google was saying in this blog post. Now they've brought out rel equals sponsored for ads, rel equals UGC for content spam. What is kind of the point of rel equals no follow at the minute? But they say you can use rel no follow instead of those. So they're kind of additions. Yes. And all of them are going to be treated as hints. So it's not like you can choose these now and Google will go, right, yeah, it doesn't pass in link value. They're all going to be treated as links. That's why you'll see a lot of HUs. Like, look at this little guy. He's confused. So maybe there's an alternative that isn't just content spam or ads where you wouldn't want Google to necessarily pass SEO value. Maybe if you've got a directory. But the idea is they say use it when you don't endorse a website. Now, if you're going to link to someone, you're pretty much endorsing them, right? I mean, you wouldn't link to otherwise, unless it was content spam or ads.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah,
we're a bit confused.
We'll see what happens with that one, but ultimately you can still use any of them, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly, and just to kind of clarify on that, rel equals sponsored, rel equals UGC will work in exactly the same as rel nofollow. They are essentially all the same, but they're just different way of grouping the ads that are all the links that are on your website.
I think maybe it's just for Google to start to understand different type of content. It's structured data really for them, isn't it? So they can start to use that information, but ultimately it's kind of doing the same. But one thing that's nice is that rel nofollow, these guys, they're just hints. So if you, I mean, for example, using Hike, you get links from journalists.
Yes.
Sometimes those links are no-followed. What you can understand now is that those links may have a good impact on your SEO as well, which is really good to know.
Exactly. And that was a question we had in the group
exactly
around that. So yeah, nofollow, not as bad.
Yeah, yeah. Like it.
Awesome. Yeah,
cool.
That's it.
Right, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again on Friday.
Yeah. Cheers all.
Bye-bye.